I've been tagged, y'all. Josh over at the Citystead tagged me for the pandemic questions. I will leave a link to his channel down below if you're not familiar with the Citystead. He has an urban homestead and he goes over a lot of gardening stuff. He does some great reviews of seed companies and does great videos of like garden tools that you need and everything. He's keeping bees. He's doing a lot of great stuff over there. You definitely gotta check him out. So let's get into these questions. Forgive me, I didn't memorize the questions, so I gotta read them. Question number 1, how many rolls of TP do I have? Well, let me preface this by saying there are 7 adults living here, and we have recently been to Costco, so we probably have 24 to 30 rolls of toilet paper right now. So, you know, a fair amount, but it's for 7 people and it's gotta last a little while. Question number 2 is, what has been my biggest change since lockdown? Honestly, I don't leave any more than I have to anyway, so our daily lives haven't changed that. Well, I shouldn't say that. All of our children, our young adult children, have been recalled home, and they were not all living here before shutdown. So that's probably been the biggest change. We went from a household of 3 most of the time to 7 all of the time. Question number 3. What am I most grateful for? Definitely my family. It's really great to have everybody around for a while. We have all of our young adult children and one of their attachments, and it's really nice to. This is probably, you know, I can't imagine another time when we'll all live in the same place again, which is probably good because, you know, they range from almost 21 to 28, and it's time for them to start flying the nest as soon as we can get past this pandemic and figure out what new normal looks like. But in the meantime, I'm grateful to have them, grateful we're all here, and so far we're all healthy. Number 4, what have I gone without lately? Honestly, probably things that are better that I don't have. Less junk food, less eating out. Yeah, that's mostly it. Privacy, a little bit. With 7 of us living all together in the house, we're crowded in pretty good. There are places you can find some privacy, but sometimes not for long. Question number 5 is, what am I missing the most? Mostly, I miss my parents. They don't currently live near us. They live quite far away, and we would like to change that. We're trying to find a way to change that, but it was complicated even before the pandemic. They live in an area that is less expensive to live in, and they're on a fixed income. So we're really trying to find some way to fix that, if at all possible, for exactly these kinds of reasons. You know, they are in an age group that is more at risk and have some health problems that put them more at risk, and they should not be out in public really at all, and they don't have anyone that can help, so they have to go out sometimes, and they could live closer to us, then we would be able to help and keep them safer. Question number 6. When was the last time I was at a campsite? Man, we didn't get to go. We haven't gone this year. We didn't get to go last year. So, and the year before that, we were house hunting. Probably summer of 2017. Gosh, has it been that long? That's terrible. I love to camp. It's one of my favorite things to do. I like to take my spinning wheel and have a fire, and if I can camp somewhere near the ocean, that is fantastic. I can go to the beach sometimes just to smell the ocean air and have that breeze, even though we live in the Pacific Northwest. Like we don't say we're going to the beach, we say we're going to the coast. Because you can go to the beach, but the water's not warm. You don't really swim here. Some people do surf a little, but it's really pretty here at the coast. And I just like to soak in, you know, the sound of the waves and the sea air and stuff, and if I can do that in conjunction with camping, that's fantastic. But yeah, it's probably been since summer of 2017, and it was probably actually a trip for my business to vend at a fiber arts show of some sort. We like to camp when we can. It's usually cheaper and we enjoy it. Question number 7, what is my favorite quarantine food? There's not one particular thing that's a result of the quarantine that's a favorite food, but one of the best things is that because my youngest daughter is living here and she's a culinary student, her classes are online, so when she does labs, she's doing them in my kitchen, and we've been able to try a variety of new foods and just like mix up our normal, you know, rotating menu and add in a few new things. Like, she makes a really good beer and cheese soup, and my oldest son makes a great loaf of a crusty bread with cheese in it, and the two of those together are amazing. I can call that probably my favorite quarantine food because it's really, really good. Question number 8. How am I exercising, working out? I don't have a formal exercise or workout plan right now, but we have added the greenhouse and a garden and working on a barn and... Oops. You don't know that yet. I'll tell you that in another video. I have plenty that keeps me busy. The garden, like, you know, if it's not downpouring, then we're out there pretty much every day, and a lot of it's planted, but not all of it. I still have some tomatoes and peppers that need to go out, and one watermelon. I still haven't planted potatoes, and I have more onions to go out, although I do have some out there already. So we're kind of in a constant state of trying to finish up. We're building more beds and stuff, and trying to get more food in the ground, and we're getting there. And also I have like this bed that I started on a previous video is full of greens. It's looking fantastic, and I had my husband fill up the other bed, so I'll be planting that soon. So between, you know, the short term and the cold weather crops coming in and the summer crops going out and taking care of other things all over the farm, I'm up and moving a lot more than I used to be. I can tell because my knees and my back are more and more sore, and I am more tired at the end of every day than I typically have been, which honestly was a big part. One of the biggest reasons for trying to start a farm is because it would make me have a reason to get up and move and go out and do things and be active. So it's working. Number 9. What has been or will be my pandemic panic purchase? Probably, I mean, it's kind of a throw up between what we're spending to expand the garden and what we're spending to get chickens. We're building more garden beds, and so in order to expand the garden, besides the cost of lumber for building the beds, there's the ground cover and wood chips and the soil and such to fill them. And then for the chickens, they need a coop, and the original plan was to redo a stall in the barn. That has changed, I'm pretty sure. It's not fully decided yet. And I think we're going to actually build a separate coop so I can have it up by the garden, which is also a place that I will be able to see it from my office window. So yeah, my pandemic purchases have been related to getting this farm going. I don't think there was any one particular thing. It's just tools and supplies for all of that. The number 10 question is, what 5 channels will I tag? Generally, I don't tag people. I know it's really difficult to get around to doing that, and 5 channels is a lot. So far, everyone I've seen has tagged 5 people, and we're gonna overlap quite a bit, I think. So I'm not going to tag anybody specifically, but this tag is open to anyone. So if you want to say I tagged you, then go ahead. You are welcome to participate. The original, I actually don't know who started this. If I will find out, I will try to find out, and I will link them down below in the description along with Josh, who tagged me. Blessed be, friends. Thanks for joining me, and that's all I've got for you today. We'll see you on the next video.